Namaste. Hare Krishna Manantara. Sorry. Hare Krishna Manantara. Shri Agni Namaha. Namaste. Shri Krishna Namaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namaste. Ana Bekoak, Gedulat, Yamineka, Tatil, Gerura, Gabel, Rinat, Ameka, Sagvenu, Taharenu, Nora. Kislev. Sorry, it was this. And now this. Tikukun Hanakash. Ketel. Hokma. Bina. casado. Cabura. Default. Natsak. Hold. Yasud. Malchut. Na gibol dolshei ifudaka gababat chomuram. 바르캄 다하람 다카메이 지드카테카 다미드 고물람 카신 가토시 베로브 두베카 나헬 아다테카 야키드 게에 레 아메카 베네 조크레이 게두샤테카 샤바테누 까벨 우쉐마 자아카테누 요데아 다알루못 나머지도 How are you people? How are you people doing? I'm doing terribly. It doesn't stop me from doing what I'm doing though. So, you know, from now on, you guys get to see the Hare Krishna mantra writing. I just became a little aware that I'm right in front of the mic, so I sound a little louder. Good thing I'm plugged in, so I'm sort of aware. I'm trying to be aware. The more aware I am, the better I am, so I must be aware, period. Okay. Now let's focus on my writing. This is like the spiritual cooking channel part of the show. Because now now I know how to mirror flip the camera. You guys could follow along. Or at least, I mean, if you stare at it long enough, like sooner or later you're gonna pick it up, you know. You'll have known how to write it without having written it, which, if it makes sense to you, it does to me. I learned how to write the Hare Krishna mantra without having written it. Huh? How? What do you mean? I was just staring at my TV screen. I tell you, TV is of the devil. Yes, ma'am. In fact, I, who am talking to you, may be the devil. No way, you're such a nice guy. I'm called a pig by my colleagues. Well, maybe they're not very good friends of yours. I don't have any friends. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is cool. Now I don't have to like show you guys what I did. Perfect. Mirror flip. Yes, I am levitating backwards. Just kidding. Mirror flip. Can you do a mirror flip? Do a mirror flip. Oh no. The arm's sticking out. Sorry, technical stuff. Well, let me just read you and I'll fix it because not too much of a big deal. Namaste. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namaste. Okay, so I'm gonna pretend to take a break and just hang out. I have my cape. Garuda Purana, chapter 1 today, once again. It should be a lot of fun. Again, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 1 sets up the background for the remaining chapters, or what is taking place currently, and then the lectures follow. So that's chapter 1 in Bhagavad Gita. As far as I know, from having read it a few times now, a couple of times at least, Garuda Purana doesn't have it does kind of sets up the background, but it goes right into it, is what I'm trying to say. It goes straight into the subject. How does a sinner become punished? The Lord says, boom, 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 boom. Yes, the Garuda Purana is considered the unluckiest Vedic literature. It doesn't have a digital copy. I'm guessing that they're refusing to make digital copies of this. There is one digital copy, but it's kind of printed. What I'm trying to say is they should digitize it, like what they did with Bhagavad Gita and even Mahabharata. They're trying to do that with Ramayana. I don't know, I think the physical copies that they have now kind of suffice for that purpose anyway, but who am I to know? Like, I don't know anything. All I know is how to read Sanskrit, that's all I know. Everything else is just an opinion. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Do not take me too seriously. Do not take me seriously at all. Because the last time people took me seriously, I ended up in hell. So I'm speaking from experience, of having experienced hell, because once upon a time, a long time ago, not that long ago, people took me seriously, and I ended up in hell as a result. So please don't take me seriously. I'm a comedian at my best. At my worst, you don't want to know. It's called Satan for a reason. Or Hashatan, kosher Satan for you. Kosher Satan. Okay. Garuda Purana, chapter 1. Here we go. Ata Ratamo Tiayahu Namaste. Narayanam Namasakurutya Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasvatim Jaiva Tato Jayamudi Rayat. 달마드르 터바드 타무로 대바스가는 타흐 부라너 샤카 두여흐 부라너 샤카 두여흐 그라투쿠스모 모쿠샤팔로 마투수 다나바다포 자야티 나이미슈에 니미샤크뚜에 니미샤크뚜에 샤크트레 샤크슈에 샤크트레 샤크트그레 그슈에 니미샤크슈에 니미샤크슈아트레 러시아야흐 샤우나칸다야흐 사트람 스발가야 로카야 사스라사마마 사탕 다 에카다 두 무나야흐 브라탈 후타 그나야흐 사트그르탐 수타마시남 파프라츠 추디다 파프라츠 추디다 마다라트. 그렇죠. 같이 러시아 우주허 같이도 바바땅 사미아그데바마이가흐 수카브라다흐 이다님 슈로투 미츠차모 야마마이감 파야브라다무 따탕 삼사라두허카니 따뜻글레 샤크쇼야카 사타나무 따뜻글레 샤크쇼야 사타나무 아이히가 무시미가는 글레샤니아타 바드 바크투 말하시 수당 우방장 쉘누트밤 보 비바크쇼유미 야마말감 수둘가마무 수카담 보노여시라남 바비남 두허카다 야까무 여탕 시리 비슈누나 프로크담 바이나테야야 보르처 차테 타타이바 가타미슈미 3대 하츠 체다나야 3대 하츠 체다나야 바흐 가당 제트 수카마시남 가이 바이코는 투에 시리 하림 구르무 비나야 바나토 푸트바 paprachicha binatang sutahu garuda ubacam pakuti margo bahubitahu gatito pavatang mama tatang jan gatitang deva pagutanam gatirutamai atunai Shurotu michichami yamamai gam payam karam devadu bhagati vimukhanam ja tatraiva kamanam shurutam sugamam bhagavananama jihva ja vachavartini tathapi narakam yananti tigati kasatu naratamana ato me bhagavana puruhi babinam yang kalpi pavet katil pavet yamamai gasya tuhakani tatang te prapunuvalanti pai Shri Bhagavanuvāca Pakushuyeham Shrinu Pakushuyinandra Yamamai Gamja Yena Ye Narake Papino Yananti Shrinan Batamapi Pitidama Ye Hi Parata Seta Kushuya Yada Thalma Bibi Bivaljita Yada Thalma Bivaljita Tushita Sanganga Shicha Sachicha Satra Sata Sanganga Pipa Tipa Paranga Mukha Sachicha Satra Sata Sanganga Tiparanga Mukha Tima Sampa Pita Sitabutan Tanamana Madana Pita Suram Pavama Panana Taipi Sampad Vivaljita Taipi Sampad Vivaljita Aneka Chetita Viprananda Muhajala Samapurata Prasakatang Kama Pogeshu Patananti Narakeshu Chao Ye Naran Chinyana Shila Shichang Te Yananti Paramam Katimu Papashila Naran Yananti Tuhakena Yamayatanam Papina Mahikam Tuhakam Yatai Pavati Tatacharanu Tatasate Maranam Prapya Yatai Kachachananti Yatanam Sukuratam Tushukuratam Papi Pugutavai Pulbam Yatai Jitam Kama Yoga Tatang Kama Yoga Tatang Tasya Kashachid Duvia Tihu Kashachid Via Tihu Prajayate Tibia Tisama Yukatam Jivitam Sha Samut Sukam Kalo Paliya Nahi Badajinya Tahu Pratipadyate Tatra Piajata Nildevo Tatra Piajata Nilbedo Muriyamanoh Svayam Purtaihu Charayopa Tata Bairupio Charayopa Tata Bairupio Marana Pimuko Guruhe Seteva Matio Banyasatam Seteva Matio Banyasatam 그러하바라 이바하라는 아마야 비아프라디브다그니 라를바하롤바 제슈트이타흐 비아프라디브다그니 라를바하롤바 제슈트이타흐 아마야 비아프라디브다그니를 비아프라디브다그니랄바 비아프라디브다그니랄바 하롤바 바유노트그라마노토트타라흐 바유노트그라마토트타라흐 바유노트그라마토트타라흐 까파삼루트타나두이카흐 까파삼루드타나두이카흐 까파삼루드타나두이카흐 까사스바사그르타야사흐 까른투에 쿠라쿠라야떼 샤야나흐 파리쇼짜드피흐 파리비타흐 스바바는투피흐 마키야마노피나 부르테 까라파샤바샴 까라파샤바샴 까타흐 에밤 꾸투문바파라노에 꾸투문바파라노에 비아포르타트마 지탄드리아흐 우리야테 루다탕 스바나 모르베다나야 스타티흐 스바나 모르베다나야 스타티흐 다스미는 나는 다하크쇼노에 다이쿠쇼여 다이비 드르쇼투이흐 브라장야테 에키 푸담 자가트 살밤 나 김치드 바크투 미하트 비칼레는들이야 삼카레테 비칼레는들이야 삼카테 짜이타니에 자도담 카테 프라찰라는티 따타흐 프라노 야미알니카토 발티피흐 야미알니카토 발티피흐 스바스토나 쯔짤리테 시바세 까르파키오 히아투라쿠쇼노흐 샤타부르시치카다 슈토시야 샤타부르시치카다 슈토시야 양 비도 사누푸야테 아이나무드기라테 소탕 무캄 라라골람 바베트 아토드바레노 가츠차는디 방아비낭한 브라너바야바흐 야마두 다우 다당을 브라부다우 비마우 사라파세쿠 쇼노 사라파세쿠 쇼노 방샤다는도 타라우 나그네오 다는 따이흐 까토까토 이네 까토까토 이테오 우투바케샤오 까까꾸르쇼노 바크라투는도 나카유테오 사 드르쇼트바 드라스타 흐르다야흐 샤크르는 무드람 비문짜띠 앙금구슈타마 드라흐 부르쇼 하이 굴바는 갈레바라트 다다이바 그루히아트 두다이리아 미아이흐 바시아는 스바감 그르하무 야떠나데하 아보르티아 바샤이바드트바이 갈레발라트 나야또 리카마트바남 다는도염 라자파트 야통을 나시야의 밤 니야마 나시야 두다흐 삼달자야는 디짱 브라바다는 디 파얌 디 브람 나라카놈 보나흐 시크람 브라잘라 두셔트 드마느 야시아시 드밤 야마라야무 꼬문 피바가 디나라카 세트밤 꼬문 피바가 디나라카 세트밤 꼬문 피바가 디나라카 세트밤 나야 베디야 나야 보디야 마 지라무 에밤 마짜세따다 쉐르는 많은 투남 루디담 따탕 우제짤하 헤티 빌라밤세따 두여테 야마킹은 까라이흐 다요닐 피는 나흐르다 야세 딸자나일자 따베바투흐 다요닐 피는 나흐르다 야세 딸자나일자 따베바투흐 다요닐 피는 나흐르다 야세 다요닐 피는 나흐르다 야세 딸자나일자 따베바투흐 바티 시바필 파쿠슈요마노 알토캄 스바마누스마라느 슈로트뜨르뜨 바리 또까를 돌까닷바루나라닐라이흐 구슈뜨뜨르뜨 바리 돌까다바나라닐라이흐 구슈뜨뜨르뜨 바리 돌까다바나라닐라이흐 산타피아마나흐 바티 따프타바루케 그르츠체노 버르셰투에 가샤연 장 다두이타시잘라티아 샤크토피 니라 시라모다케 따뜨랑 바탄처라는 또 물치타흐 보나루트 티타흐 여탕을 바비야설 니 따스따마설 야마사다나무 드리필무훌 달드바 피암 바 니야테 따뜨라 마나바흐 브라달샤야는 디 두다스땅 코란 나라카야 따나흐 무훌다마 드라드트바리담 야맘 바구슈여 파얌 부마느 야마지냐양 사맘 두다이흐 부나라야티 캣짜라 아가미야 바사나 바드토 데하미츠 차느 야마누가이흐 트르타흐 바샤나 두다티 슈르뜨뜨르드 피암 구쇼뜨뜨르드 피암 바리비 두이타흐 붐 끝에 베는덤 수탈 따뜻함 다남 자투라카 리카무 따탕아비 나스티카스타 구슈여 뜨르뿌팀 야티 나바타키 바비남 노파티시타는티 다남 시라드탐 잘람 잘리흐 아따흐 구슈드 비앙 굴란 야는티 비는다다나 푸조피 데 베는더다나 부조비때 바바는디 브라타루 바스때 베는더다나 비바지타흐 아까르밤 들자나라노예 프라마는디 바후토하키타흐 나 부그담 구쇼이야테 깔마 까르바코투이 샤타이라피 아푸크트반 야타남 잔투마 누슈염 다파테 나히 아또 바디안트 수타흐 베는더는 디네슈 다샤수 드비장 브라디아함 때 비파지 않은데 자툴팡아가이흐 카고트타마 방아가드바얌 두 데하시야 보슈투이담 푸타반자케 뚜르띠얌 야마두다남 자툴탐 소파지바티 아호라 드라이시자 나바피흐 브라타흐 베는더마바 부누양아트 자는 뚫니시바는 나데 하시자 다샤메 바라마 부누양아트 나그테 데헤 보날데하흐 베는더이 루트바디아테 카가 하스타마 드라흐 부마는 예나 바티 품끝에 슈파무 프라타메 하니 야흐 베는더스 때나 물탕 브라자야테 그리바스가는 태우 드비티예나 드르티야드 트르다얌 파베트 자툴테나 파베트 버르셔탐 반짜마는나 피레바 반짜마는나 피레바 짱 셔슈토에나 짱 까뚜이 구히암 사부다마트 사크티니 파베트 짠우바다우 따당 드바피암 다샤메흐니 구슈청 드르슈어 베는더잠 데하마 슈리티야 구슈탕 비슈터 드르슈어 디타흐 구슈탕 비슈터 드르슈어 디타흐 에깐 다샴 드바 다샴 짱 브레토 품끝에 디나드바야무 드라요 다샤하니 브레토 야는 드리토 야마킹은 까라이흐 바스미는 마게 프라자티에코 그르히땅 이바 마이카토흐 쇼더시 다사하스라누이 요자나남 브라마노타흐 야마말 가시야 비스타로 비나 바이타라누임 카가 하니 바이 브라토 브라자나남 샤타드바야무 샤트바림 샤트타탕알 사부타 디바라 드레누 까즈차티 아티디아 그라마쇼 말게 보라누이마니 쇼더샤 브라야티 텔마라자시야 파바남 브라타키 파타키 자나흐 사오미암 사우리부람 나게는드라 파바남 가는탈바샤일라 가마우 그라운잠 구루라부람 비치트리 파바남 바후바 바담 두허카다무 나마 Korananda Puram, Sutta Pavanam, Raudaram, Bayo Vaishanam, Bayo Vaishanam, Shita Tuyam, Bahupiti Talma Pavanam, Bahupiti Talma Pavanam, Yamiam, Puram Jagratahu, Yamia Pa Shai Turtahu, Papo Ha Heti, Prarudanu Pati, Subagaru Hamtu, Paritiajia Puram, Yamia Manu Brajat, Iti Shri Garuda Puranue, Sarodhare, Papina Mahika Mushimika Duhaka Nirupanam, Papina Mahika Mushimika Duhaka Nirupanam, Nama Pratamotiayaha. I'll read the translation and then I'll take a break. And when I finish reading the translation, something's gonna start to change, definitely. Either outside of you or from you, from me, everything. Okay, here we go. It's Garuda Purana, chapter 1. Garuda Purana. Homage to the Shri Ganesha Namaha. Homage to the Blessed Ganesha. Chapter 1. On account of the miseries of the sinful in this world and the other. The tree Mathusudana, whose firm root is law, whose trunk is the Vedas, whose abundant branches are the Puranas, whose flowers are sacrifices, and whose fruit is liberation, excels. In Naimisha, the field of the sleepless ones, the sages, Shaunaka and others performed the sacrifices for thousands of years to attain the heaven world. Those sages once in the morning, having offered oblations to the sacrificial fire, respectfully asked this of the revered Sutta sitting there. The sages said, "The happiness-giving path of the Shining Ones has been described by you. We now wish to hear about the fear-inspiring way of Yama. Also of the miseries of the world of change and the means of destroying its pains. Please tell us correctly about the afflictions of this world and the other." Sudan said, "Listen then, I am willing to describe the way of Yama, very difficult to tread, happiness giving to the virtuously inclined, misery giving to the sinful. As it was declared to Vainateya by the blessed Vishnu, when asked, just so will I relate it, to remove your difficulties. Once, when the blessed Hari, the teacher, was sitting at ease in Vaikunta, the son of Vinata, having bowed reverently, inquired. Garuda said, "The path of devotion of many forms has been described to me by you, and also a Shining One has been told the highest goal of the devotees. Now I wish to hear about the fearsome way of Yama, along which is the traveling, it is revealed, of those who turn away from devotion to thee. The name of the Lord is easily pronounced, and the tongue is under control. Fie, fie upon the wretched men who nevertheless go to hell." Okay, I'll just pause it there if you want to look at that. Tell me then, O Lord, to what condition the sinful come, and in what way they obtain the miseries of the way of Yama. The blessed Lord said, "Listen, O Lord of birds, and I will describe the way of Yama, terrible even to hear about, by which those who are sinful go in hell. O Daigushriya, those who delight in sin, destitute of compassion and righteousness, attached to the wicked, averse from the true scriptures and the company of the good,
self-satisfied, unbending, intoxicated with the pride of wealth, having the ungodly qualities, lacking the divine attributes, bewildered by many thoughts, enveloped in the net of delusion, reveling in the enjoyments of the desire nature, fall into a foul hell. Those men who are intent upon wisdom go to the highest goal. The sinfully inclined go miserably to the torments of Yama. Listen how the misery of this world accrues to the sinful, then how they, having passed through death, meet with torments. Having experienced the good or the bad actions in accordance with his former earning, then as the result of his actions, some disease arises. Powerful death, unexpectedly, like a serpent, approaches him, stricken with bodily and mental pain, yet anxiously hoping to live. Not yet tired of life, being cared for by his dependents, with his body deformed through old age, nearing death in the house, he remains like a house dog, eating what is ungraciously placed before him, diseased with failing digestion, eating little, moving little, with eyes turned up through loss of vitality, with tubes obstructed by phlegm, exhausted by coughing and difficult breathing, with the death rattle in his throat, lying encircled by his sorrowing relatives. Though being spoken to, he does not answer, being caught in the noose of death. In this condition, with mind busy with the support of his family, with senses unconquered, swooning with intense pain, he dies amidst his weeping relatives. In this last moment of Dharkushriya, a divine vision arises. All the worlds appear as one, and he does not attempt to say anything. Then, at the destruction of the decayed senses and the numbing of the intelligence, the messengers of Yama come near and life departs. When the breath is leaving its place, the moment of dying seems an age, and pain like the stinging of 100 scorpions is experienced. Now he emits foam, his mouth becomes filled with saliva. The vital breaths of the sinful depart by the lower gateway. Then 2 terrifying messengers of Yama are come, of fierce aspect, bearing nooses and rods, naked with grinding teeth, as black as crows, with hair erect, with ugly faces, with nails like weapons, seeing whom his heart palpitates, and he releases excrements. The man of the size of a thumb, crying out, "Oh, oh," is dragged from the body by the servants of Yama, looking the while at his own body. Having put round him a body of torment, and bound a noose about his neck, they forcibly lead him a long way, like the king's officers a convict. While thus leading him, the messengers menace him, and recount over and over again the awful terrors of the hells. "Hurry up, you wicked man! You shall go to the abode of Yama. We will lead you now without delay to Kumpi, Bahaka, and the other hells." Then, hearing these words, and the weeping of his relatives, crying loudly, "Oh, oh," he is beaten by the servants of Yama. With failing heart and shuddering at their threats, bitten by dogs upon the way, afflicted, remembering his misdeeds, hungry and thirsty, roasting in the sun, forest fires and hot winds, struck upon the back with whips, painfully he walks, almost powerless, along a road of burning sand, shelterless and waterless, here and there falling exhausted and insensible, and rising again. In this way, very miserably led through the darkness to the abode of Yama, the man is brought there in a short time, and the messengers show him the terrible torments of hell. Having seen the fearful Yama, the man, after a time, by command of Yama, swiftly comes back through the air with the messengers. Having returned, bound by his past tendencies, desiring the body, but held back with the noose by the followers of Yama, tortured by hunger and thirst, he weeps. He obtains the rice balls given by his offspring, and the gifts made during the time of his illness. Nevertheless, O Dharkushriya, the sinful denier does not obtain gratification. The Shiradutta, the gifts and the handsful of water for the sinful do not uplift. Although they eat the rice ball offering, still they are tortured with hunger. Those who are in the departed condition, deprived of the rice ball offering, wander about in great misery in an uninhabited forest until the end of the age. Karma not experienced does not die away even in thousands of millions of ages. The being who has not experienced the torment certainly does not obtain the human form. Hence, o twice born, for 10 days the sun should offer rice balls. Every day these are divided into 4 portions, O best of birds. 2 portions give nourishment to the 5 elements of the body, The third goes to the messengers of Yama. It lives upon the fourth. For 9 days and nights, the departed obtains the rice balls, and on the 10th day, the being with fully formed body acquires strength. The old body being cremated, a new one is formed by these offerings, O bird. The man the size of a hen, by this experiences good and evil on the way. By the rice ball of the first day, the head is formed, the neck and shoulders by the second. By the third, the heart forms. By the fourth, the back forms. And by the fifth, the navel. By the sixth, the hips and secret parts. By the seventh, the thigh forms. Likewise, next the knees and feet by two. On the 10th day, hunger and thirst. Dwelling in the body formed by the rice balls, very hungry and pain with thirst. On both the 11th and 12th days, the departed eats. On the 13th day, the departed, bound by the servants of Yama, walks alone along the road like a captured monkey. The extent of the way of Yama measures 86,000 yojanas without Baitara Nui, O bird. 247 yojanas each day the departed travels, going by day and night. Having passed successively through these 16 cities on the way, the sinful man goes to the place of the King of Righteousness. Those are the names. I'm gonna read the translation of the names. Another form of Yama. Calm place, town of Saturn, residence of the Lord of Serpents. Place of singers, inaccessible mountain, name of a mountain. Town of cruelty, a wonderful place, many calamities. Misery giving, town of buried cries, very hot place, savage, rains, very cold, many horrors. Before the city of Yama, the abode of righteousness. Held by the nooses of Yama, the sinful crying out, "Oh, oh," having left his own house, goes on the way to the city of Yama. Okay, now I'm gonna take a short break. Thank you. Next, I'm gonna read Bhagavad Gita. I just had something thrown at my room. I don't know how to react to it. So taking a break. The thing I could do is take my medicine. How are you guys doing this morning? After this, I'm gonna read you the headlines for today. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Cool.
Okay, so let's read today's headline. CEO killing latest. Mangiani considered crime a symbolic takedown of the company. What happens next in Syria? Syria map shows buffer zone amid Israel's advances. 77 Nobel Prize winners asked the Senate to reject Kennedy's nomination. Son gunned down in home invasion, fought back, tried to help mom. Suspect at large. Wow. Hundreds of bookstore staffers receive holiday bonuses from author James Patterson. Wow. Justice Department watchdog false subpoenas to Congress in Trump's first term. Homes burn as wind-driven wildfires prompts evacuations in Malibu, California. Walgreens is in talks with Walgreens is in talks to sell itself to private equity firm Sycamore Partners. Wow, big move. Okay, so let's do Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7 today, I believe. No, this is not. It's something else. Bhagavad. It's not Bhagavad Gita. This is Bhagavad Gita. Seven. I think it's a short chapter, if I'm not mistaken. 30 verses. Medium. Namaste. Atha sapatamothya yaha Jiñana Vijñana Yogaha Shri Bhagavanuvacam Maya Sagatamanaha Partha Yogam Nyunjanamada Shrayaha Asamshayam Samagaram Mam Yatha Jiñasyasi Tatacharano Jiñanam Teham Savi Jiñanamidam Pakushuya Miyashashwataha Yaji Jiña Teva Neha Puyo Nyaji Jiña Tabya Mavashi Shyote Manushuyo Nam Sahasreshu Kashachidyatati Siddhitaye Yatatam Api Siddhitanam Kashachinamam Patati Tatatavataha Bhumira Ponalo Payuha Kam Mano Buddhitirevacha Ahangangara Iti Yam Me Pinanai Prakriti Rashitatai Apare Yamita Sutavanyam Apare Yamita Sutavanyam Prakritim Vidati Me Param Jiva Putam Mahabaho Yayadam Taryate Jagat Etadionini Putani Salvanuiti Upataraya Aham Kurutusanasya Jagataha Prapavaha Pralayasatatai Matataha Parataram Nanyat Kinchitasati Tananjaya
마이 살바미담 프로탐 수트레 마누이가노 이바 라소 하마푸수 가우는 때야 바파스미 사시수리아예 샤시수리아요흐 브라노바흐 살바베데슈 샤브다흐 케 파우루샴 느르슈 분우요 가는타흐 브루티비암 짱 대자실짱 스미 비파바사오 지바남 살바푸테슈 타파실짱 스미 타파스비슈 비잠맘 살바푸다남 비드티 빨타 사나다나무 부드티 마땅스 마스미 부드티 마땅 마스미 때자스 비나마하무 발람 발라바탐 자함 까마라가 비발지타무 달마 비루드토 푸테슈 까모스미 파라탈셔파 예 짜이바 사트드비간 파반 라자사스타 마사시자 예 마드타 에베티 다는 비드티 나 드바함 테슈 테 마이 드리필구너 마야일 파바이 리피흐 라피흐 드리필구너 마야일 파바이 라피흐 살바미담 자가트 모히담 나 비자나티 마메 피아흐 파라마비아야무 다이비 히에슈 구노마이 마마 마야 두라티아야 마메바 예 파라파디아는데 마야 메담 따라는 티테 나맘 두슈쿠르티노 무트흐 파라파디아는데 나라타마흐 마야야 파흐르타지냐나 아수람 파바마시리타흐 자투비탄 파자는데 맘 자나흐 수크르티 놀주나 알또 지지냐 수랄토 탈티 지지냐 수랄탈티 지냐니 자 파라탈셔파 대쇼 지냐니 니티아 유그타 에카 파크티 빌시 딜비시시어테 에카 파크딜비시시어테 브리오 히 지냐니 노티알타 마함 지냐니 노티알타 마함 사짜 마마 브리아흐 우다라흐 살바 에바이테 지냐니 드바드마이바 메 마타무 아스티타흐 사히 유크타 히 유크타 드마이 마메바 누드타맘 까티무 바후남 자는마나 마는데 지냐나바는 맘 파라파디아테 바수데바흐 살바미티 사 마하드마 수두라파흐 까마이스타이 흐르타지냐나흐 브라파디아는 때니아 데바타흐 땀 야마마 스타야 브라크로티아 니아타흐 스바야 얌 다눔 파크타흐 시라드타야 일지뚜 미츠차티 시라드타야 일지뚜 미츠차티 따시양 잘람 시라드탐 따메바 비다탐 야하무 산타양 시라드타양 유크타스타시아라 타나미하테 가파테 짱따따흐 가마는 마야이바 비히타는 히타는 아는따바드투 팔람 대숑 따드파반디아르바 메타사무 따드파바디아르바 메타사무 따드파바디아르바 메타사무 대바는 대바야조 야는 띠 마드파그땅 야는 띠 마마삐 아비아그땀 비아그티 마 바는나 마 마니하는데 마마부드타야흐 바람 파바마자단 파바마자나는 또 마마비아야 마누드타마무 마마비아야 마누드타마무 나함 프라카샤흐 살바시야 요가마야 사마버르타흐 무토얌 나 피자나티 로코 마마자마비아야무 베타함 사마티타니 발타마나니 짱주나 파비슈유누이 짱 푸다니 맘두 베다나 가시잖아 이제 창드 베셔 사무드 테나 이제 창드 베셔 사무드 테나 드바는 드바모헤나 파라타 살바 푸다니 사무모함 살게 야는 띠 빠라는 따파 예수 드바는 따가땀 빠빰 짜나남 부노여 깔마너무 때 드바는 드봉 드바는 드바모 드바는 드바모하 드바는 드바모 드바는 드바모한 일무그땅 드바는 드바모한 일무그땅 파자는 때맘 드르터브라땅 자라 마라는 무고쇼야 마마 쉐리티야 야따는 띠예 때 브라흐마 따드 비두흐 그르트스나마티야 드맘 깔마 짜킬라무 사티푸다 티다이바 사티푸다 티다이바 맘 사티야지냠 짱 예비두흐 브라야너가 레피짱 맘때 비두리우그다 짜타사흐 따드사디티 시리마드 바가바드 기타수 파니샤트수 브라흐마 비디야얌 요가샤스트레 시리 크리슈노 주나 삼바데 지냐나 비지냐나 요고 나마 사부타모티아야흐 넘었을 때 got interrupted a lot. Just gets worse. I don't know why. The Holy One said, Listen, O son of Brata, how without doubt thou mayest know me fully, fixing thy mind on me, practicing devotion and taking refuge in me. I will now, without leaving anything, speak to thee about knowledge and experience, knowing which there would be left nothing in this world to know. One among thousands of men striveth for perfection. Of those even that are assiduous and have attained to perfection, only someone knoweth me. Truly, earth, water, fire, air, space, mind, also understanding and consciousness. Thus hath my nature been divided eightfold. This is a lower nature. Different from this, know there is a higher nature, which is animate, O thou of mighty arms, and by which this universe is held. Know that all creatures have these for their source. I am the productive cause of the entire universe, and also its destroyer. There is nothing else, O Tananjaya, that is higher than myself. Upon me is all this woven like a roll of pearls on a string. Taste I am in the waters, O son of Kunti. I am the splendor of both the moon and the sun. I am the in all the Vedas, the sound in space, and the manliness in men. I am the fragrant odor in earth, the splendor in fire, the life in all creatures, and penance in ascetics. Know me, a son of Bertana, to be the eternal seed of all beings. I am the intelligence of all creatures, and deal with intelligence, and the glory of all glorious objects. I am also the strength of all that are endued with strength, free from desire and thirst, and all Pulaparata's race. I am the desire, consistent with duty, in all creatures. And all existences which are of the quality of goodness, and which are of the quality of passion, and quality of darkness, know that they are indeed from me. I am, however, not in them, but they are in me. This entire universe, diluted by these three entities consisting of three qualities, knoweth not me that I am beyond them and undecaying. Since this illusion of mine, depending on the qualities, is exceedingly marvelous and highly difficult of being transcended. They that resort to me alone cross this illusion. Doers of evil, ignorant men, the worst of their species, robbed of their knowledge by illusion and wedded to the state of demons, do not resort to me. Four classes of doers of good deeds worship me, O Arjuna, viz. That is distrust, he that is distrust, he that is an inquirer, he that is desirous of wealth, and he, O Parata's race, who is possessed of knowledge. Of them, he that is possessed of knowledge, being always devoted and having his faith in only one, is superior to the rest, for unto the man of knowledge I am dear above everything, and he also is dear to me. All these are noble, but the man of knowledge is regarded to be my very self, since he, with soul fixed on abstraction, taketh refuge in me as the highest goal. As the end of many lives, the man possessed of knowledge attaineth to me, that Vasudeva is all this. Such a high-souled person, however, is exceedingly rare. They who have been robbed of knowledge by desire resort to other godheads, observant of diverse regulations and controlled by their own nature. Whatever form any worshipper desireth to worship with faith, that faith of his unto that I render steady. And due with that faith he payeth his adorations to that, and obtaineth from that all his desires, since all those are ordained by me. The fruits, however, of those persons endued with little intelligence are perishable. They that worship the divinities go to the divinities. They that worship me come even to me. They that have no discernment regard me who am unmanifest to have become manifest, because they do not know my transcendent and undecaying state, than which there is nothing higher. Shrouded by the illusion of my inconceivable power, I am not manifest to all. This deluded world knoweth not me that I am unborn and undecaying. And know, Arjuna, all things that have been past, and all things that are present, and all things that are to be. But there is nobody that knoweth me. All creatures, O chastiser of foes, are deluded at the time of their birth by the delusion, O Parata, of pairs of opposites arising from desire and aversion. But those persons of meritorious deeds, whose sins have attained their end, being free from the delusion of pairs of opposites, worship me, firm in their vow. Those who, taking refuge on me, strive for release from decay and death, know Brahman, the entire Atiatma, and action. And they who know me with the Atiputta, the Atidaiva, and the Atiyajinya, having minds fixed on abstraction, know me at the time of their departure. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. But maybe I want you guys to take the break with me. So what else is going on in this world? Well, next up is iOS Ultra, as usual. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun, because I'll have half an hour left. I'll be reading lots of short sutras. I might get to finish the entire book by tomorrow, I think. It's really short, like one book in 4 days, 5 days or 4 days. Yeah, finishing one book within a week is it's a pretty big deal. Except for book 4. Book 4 is really, really short anyway. But let me just double check. Yeah, it's very short sutras. And then after this, I'm gonna chant for a while. Go from there. Let's get back to it. So I just finished Bhagavad Gita and I'm gonna do Yoga Sutras. Book 3, starting from Sutra 27. Okay, Namaste. Let me just check if there's anything above that I missed. Nope, nothing. Janandre Tara Vyuhajinyanamu Janandre Samyamam Kurtava Taranam Vyuham Vijaniyat. Upon the moon, the knowledge of the arrangement of the stars. By performing constraint upon the moon, he would discern the arrangement of the stars. Turube Tadegati Jinyanam Tato Turube Samyamam Kurtava Taranam Katim Vijaniyat Ultva Vimaneshu. There's number 1, I think. Samyamam Kurtava. And then it skips. Tani. Alright, just covering myself. Tani. Kurta samyamasatani vijaniyat. Upon the pole star, the knowledge of their movements. Then by performing constraint upon the pole star, he would know the movements of the stars. By constraint upon heavenly cars, he would discern them. Na pichakre kaya vyuhajinyanamu Na pichakre samyamam kurtava kaya vyuham vijaniyat. Vatapitata kleshe manasatrayo doshoha. Vatapitata kleshe manasatrayo doshoha. Tatavaha sabata devaga lohita sa devaga lohita mam sasana ivasatit majaja shukranui. Tatavaha sabata devaga lohita mam sasana ivasatit majaja shukranui. Devagalohitamam sasanai Devagalohitamam sasanai Basatima Devagalohitamam sasanai Basatima Jija Shukranui Bulbam Bulbameshwam Bahiamatyeshwar Vinyasaha. Upon the wheel of the navel, the knowledge of the arrangement of the body. By performing constraint upon the wheel of the navel, he would discern the arrangement of the body. The humors are 3, wind and bile and phlegm. The elements are 7, skin and blood and flesh and sinew and bone and marrow and semen. Here the mention is such that the preceding element is in each case exterior to that next preceding. This is an important sutra in the commentary. It's coming, the one coming up now. Karan thaku pe ushut pipasa nipurat tiha Jihobaya Atasata tanan tusatanan tora tasata kanan tasatato tasata ku pasatatra Atasata tanan tusatanan tora tasata kanan tasatato tasata ku pasatatra. Okay, I did it. Number 2. Takupa. Atasata tanan tusatanan tora tasata kanan tasatu kanan takupa. Atasata tanan tusatanan tora tasata kanan taku pasatatra. Samyama kushupi kushut Samyama kushut pipase na ba tete. Upon the wall of the throat, the cessation of hunger and of thirst. Below the tongue there is a cord, below that is the throat, below that the well. As a result of concentration upon that, hunger and thirst do not torment. Gulmanaduyam Sitairiam Gubadata Urasi Gulmagara Nadui Dasyam Gurtasamyamaha Sutirapadam Lapate Yatanga Salpo Gotanga Peti Jati. Upon the tortoise tube, motionlessness. Below the well, there is, within the chest, a tube in shape like a tortoise. By performing constraint upon this, the yogin gains a motionless state, like that of a serpent or of a guana. 뭉을 타 지었지 슈이 시드타 달샤나무 시라흐까빠레는 따시 치드람 시라흐까빠레는 따시 치드람 시라흐까빠레는 따시 치드람. Number 4. 치드람. Okay. Shiraha kapale chidaram. Yeah, okay. Prapha sevaram. Isadatra. Suratva jyotisatatra. Prapha suratva jyotisatatra. Jyotisatatra. Samyamam. Samyamat siddhata. Samyamat siddhanam. Samyamat siddhata. Samyamat siddhanam. Kritavan siddhanam. Dyava purthivyora는 따라 라짜리놈 달차나무. Just double checking everything here. Alright. Upon the radiance in the head, the side of the siddhatas, within an aperture in the skull, there is a resplendent radiance. As a result of constraint upon this, the side of the siddhatas roving in the spaces between the sky and the earth. I wanted to double check something. Alright, let's get to it. Pratipam salvama. Pratipam nama tarakam. Tad vivekajasya jnanasya pulvarupam. Yatodaye prapha pasakarasya. Tena pa salvameva janati yogi pratipasya. Jnanasyot patata viti. Jnanasyot patata viti. Or as a result of vividness. The so-called vividness is the deliverer. This is the preliminary form of the knowledge derived from discrimination. Just as the light at dawn, the sun. In this other way, the yogi knows all at the rise of the vivid knowledge. Hurudaya Chittata Sambit Yadida Masemi는 Brahma Pure Taharam Punundarikam Peshima Tatra Vijnanam Tasemi는 Samyama Chittata Sambit Tasemi는 Samyama Chittata Sambit. upon the heart, a consciousness of the mind stuff. And this citadel of Brahma is the house, a tiny lotus, a discernment of that. As a result of constraint upon this, a consciousness of the mind stuff. No longer sutra shows up. Okay, so maybe I'll do one more. And then do Bhagavata. Satatva Purusho Yoratyananta. Satatva Purusho Yoratyananta. Yoratyanan. Satatva Purusho Yoratyananta. Samki no yoha. Pratyaya Visheshvo Pogaha. Paralta Tisvarta. Paralta Tisvarta Samyamati Mata Purusha. Paralta Tisvarta Samya. Paralta Tisvarta Samyamata Purusha Jnanama. Tattavata Paral Tattavata Paral Tattavata Seva Paral Tattavata Seva Tattasamyamat Paral Tattavata Seva Tasamyamat Purusha Jnanama. Paral Tattavata Seva Paral Tattavata Paral Tattavata Seva Paral Tattavata Seva Tat Paral Tattavata Seva Tasamyamata Purusha Jnanama. Yeah, got it. Buddhati Sattvam Prakhyashilam Samana Sattva Vopani Banantena Banantane Samana Sattva Vopani Banantane Samana Sattva Vopani Banantane Rajasitamasi. Did I miss anything else? I'm good. Pashi Korotya Sattva Purusho Niyata Pratyayana Parinotama Tasma Chacha Sattva Parino Minotyananta Vitalma Sattva Parino Minotyananta Vitalma Sattva Parino Minotyananta Vitalma. One more. Sattva Parino Minotyananta Vitalma Vishuddhatonya Shachitama Trarupaha Vishuddhatonya Shachitatima Trarupaha Purushaha Tayoratyanantara Tayoratyananta Samkil Nayoha Pratyaya Visheshvo Pogaha Purushasya Daishita Vishayatvat Sa Poga Pratyayaha Satatavayasya Paral Tattva Drashyaha Yasatu Tasmad Vishishita Shichitama Traruponyaha Yasatu Tasmad Vishishita Shichitata Tasmad Vishishita Shichitatima Traruponyaha Paurushwayaha Pratyaya Satatra Samyamat Purusha Vishoya Prajnya Jayate Na Jan Purusha Pratyayana Buddhati Sattva Atmana Purusho Drushyate Purusho eva tam pratyayam Sivat mabalan mumbanam Sivat mabalam mumbanam Sivat mabala mumbanam. I want to double check that. Is it really Sivat? No, it's gotta be. Pashyati Tatan Hyukatamu Vijñata Ramare Vijñata Ramare Kena Vijaniyat Iti. That was rather long, but worth it. And then goes back to shorter sutras again. Experience is a presented idea which fails to distinguish the Sattva and the self, which are absolutely uncommingled. Since the Sattva exists as object for another, the knowledge of the self arises as the result of constraint upon that which exists for its own sake. The Sattva of the thinking substance, with its disposition to brightness, by mastering the Rajas and Tamas, which are equally dependent upon the Sattva, enters into a mutation as a result of the presented idea of the difference between the Sattva and the self. Therefore, the self, of which we can only say that it is intellect, which is other, and which is undefiled, is absolutely contrary in quality even to the Sattva, which is mutable. Experience is a presented idea which fails to distinguish these two, which are absolutely uncommingled, because the self has objects shown to it. This presented idea of experience is an object for sight, since the Sattva exists for the sake of another. But as a result of constraint upon that presented idea, which is distinguished from this, which is intellect and nothing more, and which is other, and which belongs to the self, that insight whose object is the self arises. The self is not seen by that presented idea of the self, whose essence is the Sattva of the thinking substance. It is the self which sees the presented idea, which depends upon its own self. For in this sense it has been said, where with pray could one discern the discerner. I feel like doing a couple more, because they're short. The next couple more. Maybe one more. No, let's do one more and see what happens. If it's too much, I'll stop. Tataha pratipashra pratipashra vanavedan pratipashra vanavedana vedana pratipashra vanavedana daisha sivada balta jayanante Pratipate Sukashima Vyabahita Viprakrashata Titanagata Jinyanama Pratipate Sukashima Vyabahita Pratipate Sukashima Vyabahita Viprakrashata Titanagata Jinyanama Shravano Didya Shravano Didya Shravano Didya Shabuda Shravanama Deva Peda Peda Pedana Pedanad Divya Pedanad Divya Sabasha Tikamaha Adashad Divya Rupa Sambit Asabadad Divya Rasa Sambit Paltato Divyaganam Tabijñana Mityatani. Number 1. Nityam Divyaganam Tabijñana Mityata Nityam Jayanante. Nityam Jayanante. Okay. Maybe I'll do another one after this, and then do Raga Veda. As a result of this, there arise vividness and the organ of hearing, and the organ of feeling, and the organ of sight, and the organ of taste, and the organ of smell. As a result of vividness, there arises a knowledge of the subtle or concealed or remote, whether past or future. As a result of the organ of hearing, one hears supernal sounds. As a result of the organ of feeling, one has access to supernal touch. As a result of the organ of sight, one has the consciousness of supernal color. As a result of the organ of taste, one has a consciousness of supernal flavor. As a result of the organ of smell, one has a knowledge of supernal fragrance. These unceasingly arise. Alright, let's keep going because I'm on a roll. I feel like I'm on a roll. Te samatha bupa Bhutatane siddhatayaha. Te pratipadayaha samahitachittasyotapadyamana. Upasarga siddhadadarshana Upasarga siddhadadarshana Upasarga siddhadadarshana pratyani katavat. Upasarga siddhadadarshana pratyani katavat. Bhutatitachittasyotapadyamanaha siddhatayaha. I want to check spelling or something. Two things. Right. In concentration, these are obstacles. In the emergent state, they are perfections. These, the vividness and so forth, arising in the yogin whose mind stuff is concentrated, are obstacles, in that they go counter to the sight which belongs to this. Arising whose mind stuff is emergent, there are perfections. Kind of feel like doing another one. Let me see how I feel about it. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right here, and then I'll do, so let me mark. So tomorrow, I'm just gonna do this, because I just care about what tomorrow is. There you go. Tomorrow is gonna be starting at 38. And since I'm running out of time, I'm just gonna do Bhagavata right away, I think. Any objections? Let me see. I don't know if I want to do it right away. Bhagavata. Let's look at it first. So it's 170. So Bhagavad Gita used to be the hardest book for me to read. Now it's become Bhagavata because they're new. Everything else I'm kind of like repeating myself. Like the Yoga Sutra, I've been doing it for at least 7 times, if not more. Garuda Purana, it's been 3 or 4 times now. Bhagavad Gita about 11, 12 times. Bhagavata is kind of fresh. I did it when I was learning Sanskrit, so it doesn't really count because I was pronouncing things the wrong way and whatnot, you know. But yeah, okay, let's get to it. Na namasate. Na nu namasati no shivaha kasatadu veda yadadu puttama Anyasya chititamapi samchare nuya mutatitam 삼자레 누여 무따 티땀 비 나시아티 김너 이는들아 비캄 사시 프라따로 마루따스타바 따피흐 까르파스바 사투영 마 나흐 삼마라누에 바티흐 김노 프라따라가스티아 사카 사느나티 마니아스 위드마 히테 야타 마노수 마 피하는 피함이 빈미는나 마노스미 피함이는나 디트사시 아람 그르는 바는 두 베딤 사마그니미는 타땅함 보라흐 타트라 모르타시아 짜타남 야지냠 때 다나바바하이 last shloka. Devami shishwe pasupate pasunam devam mitranam mitrapate teshetah inundra devam marudpiha sam padasavata prashana ratutan habim shui. Namaste. Okay, that concludes the Sanskrit reading for the day, and then I'll just read the translation, finish. Not as today, tomorrow not, who comprehends the mystery. We must address ourselves unto another's thought, and lost then is the hope we formed. The Maruts are thy brothers. Why, O Inandra, wouldst thou take our lives? Agree with them in friendly wise, and do not slay us in the fight. Agastya, brother, why dost thou neglect us, thou who art our friend? We know the nature of thy mind. Verily thou wilt give us naught. Let them prepare the altar, let them kindle fire in front. We too, here, will spread sacrifice for thee, that the immortal may observe. Thou, Lord of wealth, art master of all treasures. Thou, Lord of friends, art thy friends best supported. O Inandra, speak thou kindly with the Maruts, and taste oblations in their proper season. What's going on there? Why is that light shining so bright when I do this? You see that? What's going on? What am I blocking? Let me see. Is it really me or is it something else? Sorry. Now it stays on. It doesn't change. Now it just went down. Why the delay? Why did the delay happen? And now it's not doing it at all. Wait, did it again? What the hell is going on here? I don't understand. Alright, going back to... no, I'm not going back. Alright, so I'm done. Thank you very much. And see you guys in half an hour. Because I want to do everything like timely. Because I just have to do... all I have left, because I did this now. All I have left is chanting, yoga, the exercise, and ASMR. 3 things. Okay, thank you very much. Namaste.